Thus begins episode 3, Turnabout Serenade. Let's rock!
Rock on, everyone! This spot is not over yet! Get out your handkerchiefs for our special guests! That's right, baby! The night's just getting started! Thank you for coming to the Gavinners Guilty as Charged tour. This ends the first part of tonight's show. There will now be a 20-minute intermission.
July 7th, 8:05 p.m., backstage hallway.
This is so cool! Us at a Gavinners concert! Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. The Gavinners, putting the sick back in music. Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice, sending us those tickets at 20% off. They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. I've always dreamed of being a VIP at a Gavinners show. Trucy, you didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before that case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy! Well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Klavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. God-awful, maybe. I bought all their stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gavinners albums and 15 concert videos. That was quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got an advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Right, that sounds like a real act of generosity. Who would have imagined me here at a Gavinners concert watching Prosecutor Gavin rock? To be honest, he was kind of cool, and I'm kind of envious. Not that I'd ever admit that to Trucy. July 7th, Gavinners dressing room. Ah, you made it! Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets! And the invoice you sent along with them. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. Nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. Lamiro is singing, right? The siren of the ballad. Oh yeah, that flyer said she flew all the way over for this show. That's right. I happened to catch a show while overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us. Lamiroir says, "You praise me too highly." Whoa, who's this guy? He's huge. Allow me to introduce Mr. Romain Letus, Lamiroir's manager and her interpreter, incidentally. It is a great honor for us to be here, and a great honor for Lamiroir to be heard in this country. That voice! I wish I could understand it. It's beautiful. Ooh, it's Lamiroir! I'm actually meeting Lamiroir! Lamiroir, mysterious songstress. Her quiet, deep song glides through the air, lilting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this is music. She's a real artist. Lamiroir says, "We have long looked forward to this joint performance." Ah, Lamiroir, your voice, it is hot. Yet without his piano to guide me, it is but a voice. I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano in all of Lamiroir's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist. Good pianists are a dying breed, I hear. Allow me to introduce Machi. He is blind. That is why he never strays far from Lamiroir. They are always together. They're like characters from some fairy tale. Lamiroir's so, what's that word? Exotic? And mysterious. She does seem quite pretty. At least her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing musique.
Huh?
She travels the globe putting the sights she sees into song, even though her appearance and voice are exotic. Her songs remind us of something close and warm.
Sights into song. That's so poetic.
She was gracious enough to put music to my lyrics tonight. The Guitar Serenade. I hope you enjoy it.
I can't wait.
And now it is time. For the next part, we're giving the Gavinners hard rock a little rest. Lamiroir, the stage is yours. The band members will not play during Lamiroir's ballad. Only Machi's tender tones and Lamiroir's dulcet voice. And my guitar, of course.
Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know.
I should have learned to play the guitar. There's not much romance in chords of steel. Shall we hit the stage then?
Good luck, Mr. Gavin.
Take care your hearts aren't stolen away, yeah?
Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly.
July 7th, 9:05 p.m. backstage hallway.
Wow, wasn't Lamiro amazing? I even cried a little.
I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burned his guitar.
Yeah, that even surprised me, and I'm a magician. What a production.
What a destruction. I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly.
He looked as surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero.
I'm not sure I call that art.
Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. There's 20 minutes till the last part of the show.
How many breaks does his band need? July 7th, Gavinners' dressing room. What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I've asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not great balls of fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire whoever's responsible.
He seems upset.
Apollo Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me? Hey, I didn't do it.
So much for risking your life for art.
The Guitar Serenade is ruined. Ruined!
Well, let's try to talk to him at least.
I'm not sure that's the best move right now.
You mean the guitar that wasn't part of the act?
Part of the act? Who'd burn up a guitar on purpose?
But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away.
Wait, you think the audience thought it was? Sounds like he got lucky.
They probably thought it was part of the act. At least I did.
He got lucky and he didn't realize it. Anyway, that guitar was the Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If I burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. Unusually frugal for a rock man.
Try saying that, Mr. Gavin.
Today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run. My guitar case is broken.
Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Wasn't Lamiroir's song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin?
Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody.
You know, I was surprised she could sing in English.
I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. What's this? A lyric sheet. It's yours. Signed by myself and Lamiroir.
Thanks so much. All I ever get to sign are client defense agreements.
Almost time for the third act of the night.
Oh, there's more?
Yes, Lamiroir's part is done. Now it's time for us to drop our groove again, yeah? Hope you're ready to catch it.
Woohoo! Ready, Apollo?
I think I'll pass.
Eh?
I like the bit with Lamiroir, but the rest could use a volume knob. Turn way down.
Ah, Apollo, you're getting old.
Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old?
Well, I'm going.
Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to rock.
Hey, you're older than I am.
Exactly. July 7th, backstage hallway.
Hey, it's you. That right kid.
Detective Sky. I'll let that right kid business pass.
Call me Ema. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprinting powder.
That's a new one. So, Ema, what are you doing here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit?
Security? Did something happen?
There's no knowing what that glamorous fop. Apparently he's all upset because something was stolen. He wanted security back here during the concert. Where does he get off acting like he's some big rock star?
He is a big rock star.
Hey, you listening to me?
So, where's his door here lead to?
This one? That's Lamiroir's dressing room. Don't even think of going in there unless you want a piece of snack goose in your face.
Is she ever in a good mood? No way, no how. So this is Lamiroir's dressing room.
If you even think about going in there, I'll...
What was that? Was that a gunshot?
Something's going on. You, out of my way! Ema! Lamiroir! Lamiroir! It's not locked. I'm going in.
July 7th, 9:30 p.m., Lamiroir's dressing room.
What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. It's Lamiroir's manager. Mr. What's-His-Name? Lettuce! Oh no! Hey, you!
Me?
Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup.
Right, understood.
You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive. Mr. Lettuce, can you hear me?
Shot. I was shot.
Who? Who shot you?
I don't know. Ask.
Ask? Ask what?
Ask. Witness.
Witness? There was a witness? Who?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help's on the way.
Can't see.
Hang in there, Miss Lettuce. Tell me, who was the witness?
The witness is Siren.
Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Mr. Lettuce! Yipes! Ema! What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Ema, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. The concert's been canceled. Backup's on its way. Is Mr. Lettuce... He's dead, isn't he? That's terrible. I lost him.
Romain Lettuce shot, and I heard his last words. The witness is the siren, whatever that means. July 7th, backstage hallway. The venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darian. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. It's investigation time, Yen. Yeah, Fräulein Detective?
I don't need some rock and rolling prosecutor to tell me that.
One request I must make. Tell no one on staff or otherwise anything of this.
Ooh, a gag order.
No word gets out other than that Mr. Latouche is dead. No word of the cause of death or of the murder. Tell no one. Not even Lamiroir. Not even her. We must keep everything under wraps. Oh, one other thing. I'll need your signature on this forehead. Yours too, Freddy.
On that?
An investigation request?
Why just us?
You two are civilians. It's standard procedure.
That should be okay to sign, I think.
Right. Well, get started with the investigation.
I'm on it already.
On one tip for you. Huh? Me? Try not to get in the Fräulein Detective's way. She's in a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why. We were all questioned as witnesses, and now none of us can go home. We'll investigate, all right. Our way.
Somehow I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon.
I still can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon.
This is no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack this case.
I worry about Trucy. She seems to have a very loose idea of what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising, considering who her father is.
Something the matter?
No. Let's get cracking. I'm the only one who was there. The only one who heard Mr. Latouche's last words. The witness is Siren. First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. I agree. July 7th, Lamiroir's dressing room.
Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come.
You have to let us investigate the scene, please.
You're attorneys, no?
Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? Latouche did tell me to ask the witness the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count?
Glare at me all you want. You'll get no snacks from me. Please, think of poor Lamiroir. Oh well, I suppose. You did find the body with me.
Great. Let's get to it.
Right. Just try not to touch anything.
She's letting us look, and she's not munching her snacks. This bodes well. There are clues here, I can feel it. Leave no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted.
Mr. Romain Latouche, wasn't it? He was Lamiroir's manager, an interpreter apparently. This was his first time in the country. So I'm guessing you didn't know many people here. It doesn't seem likely, nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Who?
Lamiroir. No one here might have had a motive, but she's from...
What are you talking about? Ugh. Hey, it was Ima's idea. I said nothing.
Always with the snacks.
He's a big man, or was. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him.
Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing.
We've sent a request to the Borginian embassy for more info on him. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do?
That's true. It was us who found the body.
What? I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert.
Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this.
Well, we know the crime took place during the concert. And when we heard the shot and entered the room, the killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room?
That window is a little too small, isn't it? The mystery of the disappearing killer. Okay, so what's this?
Ooh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Ima! You're not gonna say, "Can I have it, please," are you? Oh! Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Oh.
It's not healthy to envy the young.
It's not about envy. It's
about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Ema lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems so familiar about that brooch. Now to examine this. This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver. That's right, a big .45 caliber revolver. Wow, I wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of those. Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackos when it happened. I know. No one here thinks you did it, Ema. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That's right? That's a body, isn't it? Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Go ahead, Apollo, you first.
Me? No, you should go first, Trucy, really.
Will you two stop bickering and get over here?
She's munching on snackos again. Hope she's not too annoyed.
Apollo, look at his hand.
He's holding something.
Hey, no touching.
You can throw all the snacks at me you like, Ema, but sooner or later, you're gonna run out of them.
You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look. See there? He's holding something. What's this?
A key ring?
You think it might belong to the killer? Certainly a possibility.
What an unusual key ring. And what unusual keys. This could be a vital clue. So this is the murder weapon. This revolver's incredibly heavy.
It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd.
What's odd?
Oh, nothing. Hey, no fair! Tell us. It's just something about this revolver seems strange.
Strange? Really? Let's find out.
What do you think about this revolver?
Well, it's pretty big and heavy.
That's right. It's a .45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites.
And that's not a problem.
There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter.
Strain?
Yeah, say if you were to fire this revolver. The recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Ouch! It's like the shooter's a victim too. Yet the killer used this revolver and quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting.
Used to shooting a high caliber weapon?
Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is.
I guess you're right.
I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back?
Huh? Oh, actually, we have to...
Great, thanks.
She left.
What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait.
Great. Now how am I supposed to investigate?
Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go.
Huh? Go?
Time's a wasting, Apollo. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Well, that's true, but... on second thought, why not? I'm sure everything will be fine.
Of course it will. Let's go.
July 7th, backstage hallway. Who's there?
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat.
Friend of yours? Hardly.
Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious. July 7th, in the wings. What is it with today? Problem after problem. You ain't kidding.
It's the 2 leading members of the Gavinners, Apollo. Klavier on vocals and Darian on guitar. They're so cool. I have a hard time thinking of Klavier as anything but a producer, honestly. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me? Miss a cue? How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? And what was all that tinny playing of yours? Who you calling tinny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over. This is hardly the time. What are you two doing here? Hiya. We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry. Wait, you were what? Listen, you need to confirm that with the Republic of Virginia, Detective Crescend. Right. Anything else? What did he just call him? Detective? Ah, greetings. Darian Crescend, Criminal Affairs Division 3. Hello? Criminal Affairs? Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Gavinners, do you? Something tells me that's about to be remedied. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Lettuce than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, yeah? While we were in the middle of a performance, no less. Aren't you gonna examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Free Lane Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Even Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? We already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. We may be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things we found. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Gavinners? It's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. I know America exists. The Gavinners aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police? The real police. By day they pack heat, but by night they heat up the stage. By day those lips interrogate. By night they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted it 7 years ago with 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. The list of hits goes on and on. This here's my right-hand man, Darian Crescend. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like today. I hope murder wouldn't be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see who missed the cue. The missed cue? They were arguing about that before. Great. I'll have nothing more than questioning tormented artists. What's this missed cue you keep talking about? You heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually, I didn't notice anything. See? No amateur's gonna pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this. What's that? A mixing board. We use it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we've come this far, might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry. This is but one of the devices used in recordings. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out. Wow, neat! So, could you say you're only the drum part? Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal, the one who kills people. You want help on the case? Then help me with mine.
I guess rock and roll counts before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the uppermost bar. Like so. There it is. Now listen.
Was something wrong?
You couldn't hear it. Listen again, closely.
The timing's a little off, isn't it?
You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe.
You're missing the point.
We'll never step out climb until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes again. Right. Head amateur, you will prove my point. Huh? Me? You will find the miscue. You will tell us which instrument, which part is the guilty part. But how? Did I not just explain it? Move the sliders with the left analog stick to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue with the left and right. You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears.
Nothing to do but try, Apollo.
I guess. I'll admit, this looks kind of fun. First, a quick review. Use the left analog stick up and down to adjust the part's volume. Jump to another section with L and R. And use left, right, and right to switch parts, right? Got it. Once you've found the guilty part, press X to point it out. Time to rock. We found it. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian. Ah, well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah, well, that's all you have to say? That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian.
Here they go again.
Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time.
It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad.
He's right. I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love. Well, why don't we show him this? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. That... Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my keyring. I've been looking all over for it.
What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin?
I knew it.
Apollo, how can you make that I knew it face? This is the keyring that was...
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. So, where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, even if it meant his life. What? What? The victim? You mean Mr. Lettuce had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over?
Speaking of trials, I never heard Mr. Gavin whine and cry like he has been today.
Ema was right about the fop, I'll give her that.
Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today.
I really don't think that's...
Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now.
Are you blackmailing me, Fräulein? You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting.
And something about your guitar case being busted.
You're well informed.
You mentioned it a few times.
It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case.
Wait, so this keyring...
It disappeared. I thought I put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared. I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. And right on stage, too.
I actually thought that was part of the show.
Crazy. And to top it off, my Mr. Lettuce's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? What's wrong, Trucy?
Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then Miss Latus dies.
Yes, and?
Could it all really be just a coincidence?
Coincidence? Meaning, Diane, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me.
What do you think, Apollo?
Huh?
I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned.
You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking. Are you, Fraulein?
I am.
What? What? Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here.
Name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed the connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today?
Well, yes, I've noticed. You know, something was bugging me too.
That keyring and the guitar and the body. Slow down there, Polly. You look a wee bit dizzy.
He's bluffing. He hasn't figured it out. Fess up if you're a man. You're as clueless as I am.
Huh?
No. Give her forehead a chance. Let's see her evidence of this connection. Shall we? Evidence?
I better think of something pronto. Come on. Let's see it. What's the connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles?
The lyric sheet.
Take that! It's this, isn't it?
A lyric sheet? The guitar serenade. What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if the Fraulein hadn't pointed it out.
What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles!
Maybe it is a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fraulein?
I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to this song.
What?
Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in the order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet, first the keyring was stolen. And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. That's right here. When you stole away the keys my heart held on to so tight. This is a heart holding keys. And next his guitar burst into flame. Burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away. And then Miss Latus was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away.
But that's crazy!
Yeah, no kidding.
So everything that happened today here, this song predicted it all? Or perhaps it was the other way around, huh? The criminal could have based their crime on the lyrics, but who would go through all that trouble? Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you stumbled upon something quite vital and quite annoying, Fraulein.
She looks pleased. The lyrics predicting the crime. Klavier.
Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, and the murder. The keyring might have been dropped by accident, yet the victim was holding it. But odd to think that it was unconnected.
That's true. Prosecutor Gavin is calm and collected as ever. So the criminal masked their actions to the lyrics.
That sounds likely. Why would anyone do that? While we think about that, I'm going to get cracking on my biggest crime here. I'm going to talk to the Borginian embassy about this, Miss Latus. Right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of mysteries to you. I'm out of here. A foreign national, Miss Latus, was killed. It seems like that would be the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murder, but a mystery.
Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today.
Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, yeah? Yeah. I guess this is all we're going to get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves Lamiroir to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lamiroir is now? I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist Machi Tobiah, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Miss Latus's sudden passing. The Gavinners' dressing room. Got it. July 7th, backstage hallway.
Yay!
Who's there?
Not again. There he goes again. Who is that guy?
Huh?
Trucy. You know, he did look sort of familiar. So he is a friend of yours.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember.
Curiouser and curiouser. July 7th, Gavinners' dressing room.
Ah, Lamiroir! What? What has happened? I heard that listener Latus has died.
Lamiroir, you speak. You speak English?
Yes. I was invited here from the Republic of Virginia, but I am not Borginian by birth.
But wasn't Mr. Latus your interpreter?
That, yes. Well, it was Mr. Latus's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see.
Then your pianist is also...
No, Machi Torbaye is Borginian. He does not speak English. Now please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Latus? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Latus was...
Trucy!
Huh?
Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said. Not a word.
But Mr. Latus is Lamiroir's manager! That's not fair to her! Isn't she a related party?
Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I suspect.
All we've been told is to wait here in this room. It is very unsettling.
I'm sorry. We're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions?
Of course. I'm always willing to help.
She's as calm as she looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lamiroir.
What is it, Machi? What? But you be alone.
What seems to be the problem?
Machi, he is not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be all right?
Sure, of course.
Very well. What is it you wish to ask me about?
And that song. The fact that Apollo likes Lamiroir is a clear sign that maybe he knows her.
Look, it's a postcard of Lamiroir.
What are these letters at the bottom? I've never seen these before.
It must be your native tongue, Borginian. A landscape painter in sound. This is how it would translate roughly. Please take one.
A landscape painter in sound. That's a nice image. The Republic of Virginia. That's in Northern Europe, right?
I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in a restaurant. Then a producer called me. Before I knew it, here I am. You don't say. You know, my daddy plays piano in a restaurant.
Producers tend to look for talent, Trucy.
Lamiroir,
you're not from Virginia originally. Were you born here?
Well...
Oh, is that supposed to be a secret?
Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Yes. It is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak anything but Borginian in public.
Image is important, I guess.
She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound.
A painter in what?
She travels the world turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret of your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in my stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I?
Stop while you're ahead, Trucy!
This landscape painter in sound, too, is an image. Yet without it, my songs would not be so widely heard. They even call you the siren of the ballad, right? Yes, in Borginian, Lamiroir means the siren. I fear that perhaps already I am not the siren I once was. Your pianist, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll.
He's very European.
I met him while singing in restaurants in Borginia. He is an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. It's like a fairy tale almost. I noticed he hardly leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. At first I hesitated at dragging him across the world.
He doesn't speak English either, does he?
He had never left Virginia before we met. I made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I together are Lamiroir. Together, always. Mr. Latus was my new manager.
New?
Yes, from 3 months ago. Around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come, I met Mr. Latus in my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard. And as it turned out, my interpreter.
Interpreter? Even though you speak English?
Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one.
though I fear that may have to be cancelled now. Was Mr. Latouche from the Republic of Virginia too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him. And now I shall never know. No one will even tell me why he has died. I'm sorry. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone. Mr. Latouche was a talented man. The siren of the ballad. That phrase was his idea, you know. I am happy for him that it has become so well known. The siren. That's what he meant. Huh? Apollo? You are the siren, right, Lamiroir? That is the meaning of my name in Borginian, yes. It was the name my producer gave me, but why do you ask? It's very important. I had to know for sure if the siren was you. What do you mean important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. Siren. It turns out that's a very important word in this case. How? When we found Mr. Latouche, he was still alive. What? I heard him say something. His last words. Miss Latouche, can you hear me? Ask witness. Hang in there, Miss Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. He said siren! Really? I was the only one there to hear it, but I'm sure that's what he said. Miss Latouche said that? Ask the witness. And you're the siren, Lamiroir. Did you see what happened? Lamiroir, might I ask, are you with the police? Well, no, I'm a defense attorney. An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes? Is that a problem? Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no client, you should leave the investigation to the police, I think. But Lamiroir, I am sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. I'm afraid you lack the authority to ask them. Why? If she witnessed the crime, why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here. I believe so. Alright, there was something else I forgot to show. That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you? My brooch? Yes. Well, it may be mine. Yours, Lamiroir? I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. I must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lamiroir's. Thank you. I was wondering where I dropped it. So this brooch belongs to her. That begs the question. Is something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? July 8th, 12:22 a.m., backstage hallway. Whoa, who's there now? It's you. Where were you? Ema! Is something wrong? She looks grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. It's all your fault, you know. Oops, maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene. What do you mean by impossible? Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. What's gone? The body, stupid. What else? Eh? Mr. Latouche's body has disappeared. What? July 8th, Lamiroir's dressing room. Prosecutor Gavin. From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Miss Latouche's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. How can you just stand there? We have to start the investigation. There's no need for alarm for a detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a catapult. There will be plenty of time to ponder the whys later. Well, you seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin. Oh, we'll find him. I'd rather enjoy this. How can Miss Latouche's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching. Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Darian? See, Geeter's gone missing. It was in the dressing room. Geeter? Who's Geeter? That's what I call my guitar. You like, man? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Geeters. Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds a guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Geeter's like a missing person not lost and found, man. Well, this sure is what did he call it? A sausage? No, wait, it was a pickle. And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry, not much else I can say. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate snackers should do the trick nicely. You should watch your sugar intake, Ema. Fine. Wait a second. What's this? What's that? It looks like some kind of future phone. Not a phone, a transceiver. It's called a headset. What's a headset doing on the floor? Wait, do you think Mr. Latouche might have been wearing it? Like one of those bodyguards? I don't think he was wearing one when we first met. The LED on this thing is lit. It must be on. July 8th, 12:57 a.m. in the wings. Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. Let's check it out. That stage there must have been lowered before. That's the tower that Lamiroir and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder there against the wall? We could use that to take a look up top. Maybe we should get Ema. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Ugh. It didn't look that high from below, really. But when we got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. We found two things we were looking for, and one thing we never expected to find. The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist, Machi Tobaye. July 8th, 10:09 a.m. Write Anything Agency. Wow, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi Tobaye, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Latouche. I can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. I guess they had proof of some kind. What proof could possibly prove that? Morning. Prosecutor Gavin? What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet? The powers that be say that given the circumstances, it could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lamiroir was invited from Virginia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that be want, really. Well, those are circumstances, all right. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Forehead, you seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution, the enemy. Right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case, especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say? Me, the defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. He? You mean Machi? Machi wants me? This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. Right. Good luck. I'm off to question Lamiroir. Right. Later. I hope I'm up to this. July 8th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. You said that already. Machi, everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. Hi. Maybe you can tell me about last night? Huh? That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this, in a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Lamiroir can help. But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? Good luck. I'm off to question Lamiroir. Well, what are we gonna do? That's a good question. I can't think of anything we can do but go with this. And hope for the best at the trial tomorrow.
This is gonna get ugly really quickly. I know that for a fact. So anyway, that is it for the first part of Turnabout Serenade. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, it means a lot. I will see you in the next. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by CAPCOM.